हाँ
अजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायटाक्षौ विश्वम्भरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ नमस्त्रिकालसत्याय जगन्नाथसुताय च सभृत्याय सपुत्राय सकलत्राय ते नमः। अवतीर्णो कारुण्यो परिचिन्नो सद ईश्वरो श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद भृतराव भाजे स जयति विशुद्ध विक्रमः कनकाभ कमलाय टेक्षणो वरजानुविलम्बि सदभुज बहुधा भक्तिरसाभिर्नटकः जयति जयति देवो श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्य पवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यस्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्ते जयति जयति नित्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियानां हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु।
माता जी मैं बहुत चैंट कर रहा हूँ। हरे कृष्णा।
स्टार्ट चैंटिंग साधुर्यं
साधुनाम हृदय त्वहम मदन्याद्ते
त्वहम just one word त्वहम
साधु हृदय मह्यम साधुनाम हृदय त्वहम मदन्यात्ते न जानन्ति नाहं तेभ्यो मनागपि।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Yes, yeah.
न जानति मद अन्यते न जानन्ति नाहं तेभ्यो
Very good, wonderful. Tell the meaning of this verse.
Yes, Mataji. Should I recite the verse, Mataji?
No, tell the meaning of the verse.
Yeah. So, Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam. Sadhavo, the pure devotees, Hridayam Mahyam, they reside in the core of Mahyam, my heart. Hridayam Mahyam, in the core of my heart. And Sadhunam Hridayam Tvaham. Similarly, I indeed too, Sadhunam Hridayam. I am also thus residing in the core of the heart of my pure devotees. Mad Anyat Te Na Jananti. Other than me, Mad Anyat, besides other than me, Te Na Jananti, they do not know anything else. And Naham Tebhyo Managapi. Naham, neither do I, Tebhyo Managapi, other than them, do I know even a fraction of anything else.
So let me know the relationship between somebody. Negi Prabhu will say, what is the relationship between this verse and yesterday, for tomorrow we do the homework, for Friday you all have to share this verse. Bhagavad Gita have to share this verse. You keep one secret time. So I can show you that. So what is the relationship between?
Hare Krishna Mataji, we cannot hear you properly.
Mataji, there's a lot of echo in your voice.
हाँ,
You're not able to
Yeah.
hear.
disturbance is
able to
also
hear?
there.
Now you are able to hear?
Slightly better, Mataji.
One minute.
Someone is chanting.
Is it okay?
behind
Is it okay now?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
So what is the connection between Bhagavad Vido Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta, Swayam Viho, Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthan, Swantas Tena Gadabrata. This verse and Sadhu Hridayamayam Sadhuna Hridayam Tuham. Negi Prabhu can try out or Rajiv Prabhu can try out.
That is, Mataji, this Sadhavo Hridayam, this verse, that meaning you're saying?
What is the relationship between this verse and Bhagavad Vido Bhagavatas, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Bhuta? Can you see some connection? Anybody can try out. Raise your hand. Anyone can try out. There is a connection or not? But see that verse, Bhagavad Vido Bhagavatas. King Yudhishthir is telling to Vidura, Bhagavad Vido Bhagavatas, you yourself are a tirtha. Wherever you go, you make that place a tirtha. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. Yes. Anybody can try out? Aruna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Raise the hand,
Because Hare Krishna, because you are carrying the Lord within your heart, wherever you go, that itself is.
Yes. So see how beautiful connection is there between these two verses. Lord has told that you are staying in the heart of the devotees. That is why wherever the devotees go, in your Lord is situated. So Tirtha, why we go to Tirth Yatra? To see the Lord. But just by seeing a pure devotee, that place becomes Tirtha. There's a nice story behind this. Mahapurna, when his eyes was removed by King Chola, Vimikanta Chola, very cruel king who wanted to establish the supremacy of Lord Shiva. Now Lord Mahapurna, because he was aged also, he could not bear that pain. He was to leave the body. Now they walked from that place and they were practically in a jungle only. And there Mahapurna's daughter also accompanied. And he placed his head on the feet of lotus feet, you can say lotus feet of Kuresha, Kuresha, who also removed his own eyes. Now he is also not able to see. Now Kuratalvar cannot bear the separation of Mahapurna. He cannot see that agony. He cannot see anyhow, but he could understand that Mahapurna is about to leave the body. At the time he says, you are actually born in Srirangam. So your destiny should be, you should have left the body in Srirangam. What a plight that we have to suffer so much here and you are leaving the body here. At the time Mahapurna says, I consider your lap very auspicious because you are having Lord in your heart. Wherever pure devotees like you are there, that place itself becomes a tirtha. Let's see what a powerful statement. That place itself becomes a tirtha. So I am not worried that I am leaving the body in this jungle. Or you can say a place which is away from Srirangam. Because I consider this place more greater than Srirangam. Because your lotus feet is the abode of all the pilgrimage, that also is the abode of Lord. So that is such a powerful statement has been given by Mahapurna. Like Srila Prabhupada went to Brahmaris. For Prabhupada, it is not a Brahmaris. Because he is remembering Krishna. Lord is there with him. So that place itself becomes Tirtha. So we are now going to take now Chaitanya Bhagavat. Chaitanya Bhagavat, which verse? 200.
213 Mataji.
200.
9th chapter 213.
211 and वो पूरा
Yes, yes.
4 वर्ष है ना उनका purport
हाँ मतलब वो
Yeah.
पर्पट बाकी है माताजी.
So Nityananda Prabhu, he went to Vrindavan. There he was sporting in the waters of Yamuna. He was playing with the children of Vrindavan. So 211th verse, Chaitanya Bhagavat, chapter 9. यद्यापिह नित्यानन्दधरे सर्वे सर्वशक्ति तथापिह कारेह नादिलेन विष्णुभक्ति यबे गौरचन्द्र प्रभु करिबे प्रकाश तानसे अज्ञाय भक्ति दानेव विलास कहे किछु ना करे चैतन्याज्ञा विने इहापि अल्पते नाही पाय प्रभु गणे. So Nityananda Prabhu is omnipotent. Though he is omnipotent, he did not distribute devotional service to the Lord at that time. When Gaur Sundar manifests his opulence, and on his order, he would begin to distribute devotional service. The servants and associates of Lord Chaitanya did not like to do anything without his instruction. But this does not diminish their glory in the least. So yesterday we saw, on being instructed, a person should do anything. He should not do without the instruction of the spiritual master. He should wait for the instruction. Being a personal expansion of and not different from Sri Gaur Krishna, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is Baladev, the personification of pure goodness, and who is the only bestower of love for Gaur Krishna, neither displayed mercy on anyone, nor distributed or preached chanting the holy name in love of God while visiting the holy places. He could have done that, but why he did not do? Because that was allotted for Gaur Sundar. That is the mood of Gaur Sundar. He has to do his work. So Nityananda Prabhu is not doing the work of Gaur Sundar, thereby surpassing his eternally worshipable Lord Sriman Mahaprabhu's desire, direct order, or time for the pastimes for preaching the chanting of the holy name in love of God. See verse 208. When the Supreme Independent Lord Mahaprabhu, out of his own free will and causeless mercy, would manifest his own glories to the fallen souls, at that time Nityananda Prabhu would also manifest the pastime of door-to-door distribution of the holy names and love of God to the sinful living entities. So that is the work of Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu will do, that time Nityananda Prabhu will also do. So he was waiting for Mahaprabhu to distribute the love of Godhead, that is preaching Krishna consciousness to everyone. And at that time, Nityananda Prabhu also will manifest this pastime of door to door going and begging. There is a nice song also. Magi Yei Bhiksha. He went and begged people to chant. He did not demand the order. And in this way, he has opened a Namahatta. Shraddhavan Janahi. And all the people who had so much of faith, they all, what is the capacity, or what is the money or the power to purchase Harinam, that is Shraddha. The more a person has faith, the more the person can understand the meaning of Harinam. Or you can say purchase. There is a Namahatta. The song starts with, anybody can say which is the song which I am referring. Shraddhavan Janahe, which is the song I am referring. Anybody can tell? Raksha Mataji, Aruna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I am finding only. 1 minute, Mataji.
Okay, you are finding. Tomorrow you find and sing that. Therefore,
Yes,
following
ma'am.
in the footsteps of Sri Nityananda, Anyone who desires his own welfare does not transgress etiquette. Just see. What a beautiful statement. What a Vaishnava etiquette. Never snatch others' seva. Simple. That is taught in this verse. Even Nityananda Prabhu did not do that. Never transgress the limit. And manifest elevated language or material ego on the pretext of preaching topics of Krishna while proudly masquerading as a guru in the presence of the Supreme Lord or his empowered representative, the Vaishnava Guru. So this is another powerful statement. So never have a materialistic ego or such a language, elevated language, that too in the presence of one's guru. In presence of one's guru, one should be ashamed to tell his own pride. Actually, one should not show his pride in the presence of his own guru. And when instructed, one has to accomplish the task. One has to fulfill the desire. Actually, what is the purpose of preaching? To satisfy one's guru. That is the purpose. The purpose is not to show our intelligence. The purpose is also not to think that if I preach only, I can grow in devotional service. It's a wrong thing. If instructed, one should do. Simple. If instructed and if it is for the satisfaction of the spiritual master, then do it. It is not for the show off. Simple. It is not for even accumulating any disciples. That is why there's a verse which says in Chaitanya Shikshashtakam, I don't want na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani ishware bhavatat bhaktir ahaituki. I just want to serve. If at all my spiritual master wants me to preach, I will preach. If at all my spiritual master says me distribute books, I am distributing books. If he says, okay, you have to take care of this, you have to take care of this. It is not for personal growth. It is anyhow it is going to happen. It is going to happen. But that should not be the motive. That is why unmotivated, undeviated has lot of meaning. We generally think motives are only related with matter or material desires. Even in the spiritual world also, in spirituality also, it is not for show off. A person preaches. If you see, there are many videos which are made nowadays. You see, without any basic education also, there are so many preachers who have made videos and that and this. Just go and ask them, did your spiritual master instruct you at this point of time to preach? Then he will say, yes, Jari dekho, tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. But first be qualified. That is why here Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur very clearly says, on the pretext of preaching topics, while proudly masquerading as a guru in the presence of the spiritual master or empowered representative. So we need not have to show that we are a powerful preachers. Not necessary. Our work is just to please our spiritual master simply. Srila Prabhupada always says, I am going to the West just because my spiritual master desires. I am preaching for the desire of my spiritual master to fulfill his desire, for his pleasure. And the people who are coming also to me, it is not because of my preaching. It is just because of my power of my spiritual master. If you see his writings, that is surrenderance. It is not that people demanded me and I preached. No. It is the power of my spiritual master who has brought people to me to fulfill his desire. So if that is understood, then that is Sharanagati. It is not just, oh, I'm surrendered. No. Surrenderance has a big, big concept. Now see, Nityananda Prabhu is teaching us, Adi Guru is teaching us. He did not do the thing which has to be done by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could have done He could have told, oh, the purpose of your appearance is to preach the holy name. Before you came, I only did it because I can assist you. No, he did not do that. He waited. As soon as Mahaprabhu started, then on his instruction, even Nityananda Prabhu started. So here, that is why Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has written in his pure devotional song, Kalyana Kalpataru, as follows. Amita Vaishnava ye buddhi haile amani na haba ami pratisthasha asi hridaya dushibe haive nirayagami. If I think I am a Vaishnava, I shall look forward to receiving respect from others. And if the desire for fame and reputation pollute my heart, I shall certainly go to hell. Oh, what a powerful statement. Even if a desire is there, that is why in Gundicha margin, 5 things, subtle things, are also tried to be removed. First is 4 gross things. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he did Gundicha margin, first thing what he did, with the jhadu, he removed big dust. Big dust. And that big dust refers to intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, and meat eating, which refers to intoxication means no tapasya. Intoxication means no tapasya. Gambling means falsity, no truth, falsity. Meat eating, no compassion. Illicit sex, no purity. These are all gross dirt. Meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication. Intoxication means no tapasya. Person is intoxicated means what? He has no tapasya. No tapasya. Gambling, you will not tell truth and go. Falsity. It breeds falsity. Meat eating, no compassion, cruel heart. Illicit sex, no purity. So these are the gross dirt. These are the gross dirt which is there in our heart. You will say, I don't eat meat. Huh? I may criticize someone. Then I am not a mother. I become his competitor. I don't, when you criticize somebody, when the motherly nature goes away. So meat eating also refers to ninda, that is criticizing someone. Meat eating refers to criticizing someone. You may be a Pakka Jain. You may be a Pakka Vaishnav. So following all the Vaishnav principles, you're taking only Mahaprasad. But you have tendency to criticize. That is meat eating, as good as meat eating. Illicit sex, tendency of show off. Purity is gone. I do something, then I have to tell that I have done this. So purity is gone. Then comes gambling. Gambling means falsity. Trying to give our own meanings for the verses. Our own meanings. That means speculating over the verses, in which the truth of the verses is gone. Truth is gone. Intoxication. Intoxication means no tapasya. So when there is no tapasya, that means what? Pride. Pride will not allow a person intoxicated with pride. Pride will not allow a person to do tapasya. If you have that pride, oh, I am everything, then that person cannot do any tapasya. The pride. So these 4 gross dirt has to be removed. Now, what is that subtle dirt which is polluting our consciousness? Kutanati, diplomacy. Kutanati, diplomacy, political behavior. सामने से एक, अंदर से एक. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. और ये दंडवत प्रणाम, DP. And then Let me see how I pull him down. This is known as diplomatic behavior. Not able to tolerate others' progress. That is known as kutanati. Remember all this. How Mahaprabhu showed that these are the subtle dirt which has to be removed by washing the place. First he broomed the place. See, when you do jhadu, bada dirt come out. Then you do pota. By doing pochi, even the finer dust, it also goes away. So these are the finer dust which is not seen. At least other things can be seen. Pride can be seen. Your speculating over the verses can be seen. Your nindaniya swabhava can be seen. What else is there? So pride and give me the book. So these are things we can see. Tendency to show off can be seen. Criticizing, pride, trying to. Our Gautam is studying here, writing all the notes. So all these things can be seen, but what cannot be seen, what can be understood by one's own introspection in our own consciousness, which others cannot see. I am very humble towards others, but when I see him, I feel like to pull him down. That is known as kutanati, which only one person himself he can understand. He cannot, others cannot understand. Kutanati, diplomatic behavior. Nishida achara. Nishida achara. While going to temple, I dress very nicely. When I pakka devotee, 3 line, 4 line, how many lines of Kanti mala? I at least whole neck is covered. But then, as soon as I come home, I'm not at all interested in all these things. Nobody is seeing me. Who is seeing? I can just on my TV keep my legs up on the table and just have something which is prohibited, which others don't know what you're doing. But before others, you are very, very wonderful. But in the house, exactly opposite. Nishida achara, or mingling with the materialistic people. And when we mingle with the materialistic people, we try to behave like them. We try to please them. And we like to do that also. It is not that for a higher cause. No, we like to do it. That is known as Nishida Achara, which has not been told by our acharyas. Whatever has been told, that only we have to follow. Because we are a sadhaka. We are not at that elevated position like Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada can visit breweries. But if a sadhaka visits breweries, what will happen? He will also start drinking. He will also start gambling. So it is very difficult to imitate acharyas. But we have to follow the instructions of the acharyas. So that is Nishida Acharya. Puja. Oh, today Guru Purnima. All should come and wash my feet. Puja. Even that desire. It is a desire within the mind. Nobody knows. But having that desire, oh, everybody should worship me. Puja. Labha. They should give me some donations. So that donation is not for the higher cause. The donation is for what? Self-maintenance. Labha. Or having a desire. Labha means how to gain everything for personal benefit. Puja, labha, pratishtha. I should only be known everywhere. Nobody else should be known. Srila Prabhupada movement completely rejects these 5 things. But there are people within the movement also having these 5 things. Then what we should do? We have to remove this. Who can remove? Oneself only. We only have to try. Everybody may have these desires, these subtle, you can say, dirt in relativity. In some scale, somebody may have in a large scale, somebody may have in a small scale. So we have to analyze how much degree of such a subtle desires we have, how much degree of material desires we have. So that is the work. If I think I am a Vaishnava, I should get respect from others, then what will happen? This desire for name and fame will surely put me to hell. You will say, how come he went to hell? Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpamapyasa Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayak. Krishna does not forget even if a person has chanted one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I am chanting continuously, having such type of all dirt. How is it that I can go to hell? Somebody can contradict this statement. The subtle dirt has the capacity to put a person to hellish atmosphere. That is why the seventh Nam Aprada, Namno Balad Yasyahi Papa Buddhihi, on the strength of holy name, never commit offenses. I am chanting side by side, I can do because power of the holy name is to eradicate all the sins. Yes, it is there. But intentionally, if a person does, because unintentionally also we do lot of mistakes. When we sit itself, there is a mistake. Because so many living entities we have killed. While lighting the fire itself, we have killed many living entities. While brooming, we have killed many living entities. While eating, so many living entities, swaha. While cooking, swaha. Just see, unknowingly itself we are doing so many sins. And then knowingly if we do, then that is aparadha. There is a difference between papa and aparadha. Papa is unknowingly, aparadha is knowingly. If a person knowingly commits aparadha on the strength of the holy name, what will happen? The gati has been given by Bhakti Vinoda Thakur in his song. He clearly says the gati is to go to hell. The eternally blissful form of knowledge, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, is an eternal worshipable Lord of the living entities. And to carry out his orders with body, mind, speech is a real Vaishnava theme. This is pure transcendental spiritual identification. Now just again, what a powerful verse. What is pure transcendental identification? Just carry out the order given by the spiritual master. Tatte nukampartam susamikshamaano bhunjane evatma krutam vipakam hridvagvapurбhir vidadhan namaste jive tayo mukti padai sadai bhak. Dai bhak means you are in the queue. That means you are eligible. But don't demand the eligibility. Don't demand it. Wait for the mercy. Even if a person is eligible to perform a seva, wait for the eligibility. Wait for the instruction. It has to be instructed. And once instructed, don't again wait for the instruction. Oh, I have done it. Next instruction, let me wait. No, you don't have to. Once instructed, it is enough. Preach. Okay. One task is to preach. You don't have to again ask for the instruction to the spiritual master. Because the spiritual master has given the qualification to preach. It is not that one has the qualification to preach. He has got this qualification to preach or to do any seva from the spiritual master, just carrying out his orders. Hrid Vag Vapur. Hrid means with his mind. Vag means by speech. Vapu means by the body. Just perform the devotional service. So that is real Vaishnava spiritual identification. This position is most relishable and beyond the insignificant, partial, abominable nature of perishable nature, and becoming prominent or dominant in the material sense is actually abominable, anxiety-filled service, and simply another way of describing one's insignificance. Anxiety-filled service. That means what? Oh, let me do this first. If I don't do, somebody else will do. Let them do. Push everybody ahead. That is Vaishnava Dharma. Once I went to BRC school. Principal called me for having discussion how to start Bhagavad Gita classes for the students. But anyhow, that did not accomplish because the management did not want any particular religion to preach. Anyhow, you know this, how is this secular word is used to stop giving the knowledge. So I was sitting in his office and he was very much in favor. He called me also. So he was little bit occupied in some other thing. So he made me wait. There I was just seeing all the proverbs. They write na, all the proverbs. School means many proverbs will be there. So one proverb really attracted. attracted me. What was that? A leader is one who pushes ahead, others ahead, and he remains behind, having that satisfaction that his dependents are really growing and progressing. So that person is actually the leader who always likes to push others ahead. Even in the relationship or dealing with the God brothers and God sisters, when comes to serve the spiritual master, push others ahead. Their diplomacy can be used, where Ramananda Rai used the diplomacy to bring Pratap Rudra Raja before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Diplomacy has to be used in the service of Krishna, seeing that the other devotees or my God brother, my God sister, they get the service to go ahead. Their diplomacy can be used. So here we'll stop. It is a very powerful verse. That's why we spent a lot of time in this verse. Any questions you can ask? Any questions?
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
माता जी मैं बिमलेश बोल रही हूँ। माता जी आपने अभी माइंड बॉडी स्पीच का जो बताया, वपु वाग एंड स्पीच के लिए क्या बताया माता जी?
अरे वाग वपुर, वाग माने हमेशा भगवान का स्मरण करो, भगवान का नाम लो, भगवान का नाम दो।
ओके। और माता जी वाग माइंड से जो यू हैव टू,
मन में जो होता है वही बाहर निकलता है।
ओके।
You speak what is there in mind, but if you don't speak what is there in mind, that is diplomacy. You have
That
something
is
in the mind and
राइट राइट। हाँ जी। और माता जी स्पीच के लिए क्या शब्द यूज किया है?
रिद,
वाग, वाग his mind, वपु his body, speech.
रिद यानी माइंड, वाग यानी वाग देवता, the speech, the speaking power. वपु यानी बॉडी, senses. रिद यानी heart or mind, you can say.
रिद, ओके, ठीक है माता। धन्यवाद।
Today is a very auspicious day, Vyasa Puja, that is Vyasadeva's appearance day today. It is only because of Vyasadeva we have got Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should remember him, who is the great grandson of Vashishta, the grandson of Shakti, Shakti is the son of Vashishta, and then Shakti's son is Parashara, Parashara's son is Vyasa, Vyasa's son is Sukadeva Goswami. So this verse has to be kanthastha. So tomorrow we can have the session of remembrance of this verse. Vyasam Vashishtanaptaram Shaktai Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Taponidhim. So whole day chant this verse and memorize this verse. Tomorrow all of us will chant this verse. Is it okay? And day after tomorrow, Bhavat Vida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadavrita. If you do
Mataji,
this, what
I
happens?
found that song, Mataji.
Very good. Day after tomorrow,
Nadia Godru mein, हाँ.
Tomorrow you have to sing this and we'll chant Vyasam Vashishta Naptaram. Okay? Hare Krishna.